Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Cancer and Capricorn on Thursdays. Also, for those of you guys who are interested, the deck that I'm using today is called the Kawaii Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, the link is in the description. So just as a heads up, the cards like to flip around in the deck. Usually I don't take them unless they flip out, or rather jump out like these cards have. And lastly, I apologize in advance if you guys have a hard time understanding me today. I'm currently fighting off a cold, so hopefully I'll be better by next time you guys hear me, but for today, I'll just do my best. And I'm going to go ahead and get 2 more cards, and we can get started on your reading. Alright, Cancer. So, just a quick reminder, if you guys enjoy the reading, please leave a like or a comment. I really like to know if you guys enjoy the readings or if they resonate with you guys. But, like I was saying before, your overall energy here is the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is a very interesting energy to have. Usually, when we see it, it's that we need a change of direction, right? A change in perspective. So I feel like you guys, I definitely feel it. You guys have been going really gung-ho lately, and you've sort of been like the unstoppable object as of late. But now's the time that you kind of need to just kind of slow down, you know, like take it down a gear, really take some time to smell the roses and look around and decide what it is that you actually want. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, things may have changed, and as a result, it might make more sense to sort of reevaluate your goals and what you're doing right now and sort of go from there instead of, you know, chasing or pursuing dreams or goals or aspirations or ideals that may no longer resonate with you or may no longer apply to who you are at this point, because I definitely sense that there's been a huge change recently, especially with the Hanged Man in itself. I feel like it might refer to some big event in your life, but I'm looking at this Page of Wands here, and it's sort of coupled with this Knight of Swords, and I'm looking at them and they almost look like friends. Right, so I'm getting the picture of 2 women that are very close friends, and it might be that you are in a circle of like 3 people, and it might be you and your 2 other friends, but they very much seem helpful. Something to point out here is that the Page and the Knight of Swords are both smiling, but like we come over here to the Page of Swords, and sorry, the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. But the Page of Swords isn't smiling, and the Page of Swords doesn't really have an expression or any kind of like judgment in the situation. I almost feel like this Page of Swords is very condescending. So make sure you know where you're finding your support from, because I feel like that's very much going to be important for you right now. And I feel like these 2 people here are definitely ready and eager to lend you some support. But I think that beyond people in your life that are willing to help you, and they don't necessarily have to be friends of your like circle. They could be parents, I'm getting for some of you. They could be perhaps acquaintances or family members. like siblings or cousins or even aunts almost. This Page of Wands here definitely radiates that sort of cool aunt energy. So for some of you, you might have a really cool aunt that you're super close to or something similar like that. But I'm looking at these two cards of two, right? So you have the Two of Cups and the Two of Swords. And there's also a very, I think, important message in the fact that you have two of the two cards, so you effectively have two, 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 right? And I feel like a lot of you guys are seeing synchronicities right now. It's currently 2 as I'm filming this, so I think for a lot of you the number 2 might be very important. And some of the symbolism behind the number 2 is sort of stability and equal, what's the word, equilibrium, or sort of equal partnership. Whenever I think of 2, I think of like 2 people. And I think that for a lot of you guys right now, love is very heavy on your mind. Because the Two of Cups here is, I apologize for my cough, but the Two of Cups talks about soulmates, right? So I feel like you guys have a very powerful love connection on your mind. And with this Two of Swords here in reverse, it's almost as if you guys want to take action towards it. Because the Two of Swords talks about, well, at least in the upright, talks about indecision, stalemates, lack of movement, and that's sort of where I was coming from earlier on in the reading, where I was saying, like, you guys have been sort of like this unstoppable object kind of energy, because I feel like you have your eyes set on something right now, in particular when it comes to love, and you're sort of really trying to go for it. And like I was talking about earlier, there may have been a very strong emotional event that has happened in your recent past, because I see this Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles, even though you don't see a whole lot of the symbolism here because it's a pip deck, in other decks, the depiction is sometimes a woman, but somebody who's been shut out and left in the cold. So somebody who was like outside in a winter storm trying to find shelter and asked somebody if they could let them in, but the person that they asked didn't let them in. And I feel like that's sort of you right now, asking this person to let you into their life in a romantic sense. And I feel like this could have been a different person, or it may even for some of you be the same person, but in a different time. So I get the sense that there may be years that have gone by in sort of the intervals here. I'm getting that for some of you, definitely this person has come back. And it might be like the type of energy where like they got out of a situation of some kind and now they sort of kind of slid into your DMs, and you're kind of sort of just picking off where you left off. And I think that where you left off was this Five of Pentacles, right? So you were sort of left out in the cold, and then while they were gone, it's been this Nine of Pentacles energy. And when I said when you were gone, or rather when they were gone, I got that one song stuck in my head. I can't remember who it's by, but it's that one song that goes, when you were gone, or since you've been gone, that's what it's called. I can breathe clearly for the first time. So I think that that's sort of been your guys' energy for a long time, because this Nine of Wands here talks about that. It talks about the wounded warrior. So I feel like you guys were maybe kind of happy, like you kind of got used to not having this person back, and then this person may have come back with these pages and this Knight of Swords, but you have to really sit down and ask yourself with this Hangman, is this something that is worthy of me? Is this something that's worthy of you? Is this something that's going to help you along your path? Is this going to be different from the past when you were sort of left in this Five of Pentacles energy? Because I like to be fair, and sometimes, you know, situations are different, and that may lead to different situations. People do grow and change, so don't be closed to it. But also, don't fall into the Seven of Pentacles energy, or rather, sorry, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse energy, because the Seven of Pentacles to me talks about taking survey. It talks about planting your seed of intention, watering it, and watching it grow. And it's sort of that process, the writing down of statistics and the measuring it out that I feel like isn't done when it's in reverse. So it's almost like, what's a good measurement? So like you have a goal and then you don't measure it, so you don't exactly know if you're getting closer to your goal or not. Okay, I got an example. So it's like if you're training for a 5K and every day you go out and you run, but you don't know how much you're running, right? So you don't know if you're actually getting closer to your goal or not. So for all you know, when you get to the race day, you're not prepared at all. And that's the energy of the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So my advice to you is definitely don't do that. Like, examine everything. Think about the things that they say and the things that they do and how that reflects what their true intentions are. Don't ignore the red flags, especially with this Page of Swords, because the Page of Swords can be very charming, very manipulative, sometimes very hurtful. You know, those are very sort of the lower vibrational energies of the Page of Sword. It's in the upright and not the reverse, so I don't think that it's like the worst kind of energy to be in, especially since there isn't like the Seven of Swords or anything like that around. But what I will say is tread lightly, and maybe it's time to invoke some of these more sword-like energies with the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords and sort of be a little bit more logical, even though your heart is saying yes, yes, yes. Like, maybe reel it back a little bit and see, like, is this really what I want, or have I just grown attached to this person? But that was your reading for this time around, Cancer. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel, and I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Cancer videos on Thursdays, but in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.